Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's get right into it. There's a deadline coming up in 2025 that most businesses have no idea about, and it could actually make their websites illegal. Today, we're breaking down what this new German law is all about and what you really need to do.
So let's start with a crucial question. Your website, it probably works just fine, right? It's bringing in leads, making sales, but have you ever stopped to ask, is it actually legal? The answer might completely change how you look at your entire digital presence. All right, if you're going to write down one thing from our entire discussion today, this is it. June 28th, 2025. Seriously, circle it, highlight it, whatever you need to do. This isn't some vague guideline. It's a hard deadline when a whole new set of rules kicks in. So what's the big deal about that date? Why should you care? Well, we're talking about a major legal shift here, one that takes certain websites from being just simple marketing tools to being actual regulated digital services. And here's the bottom line. If your customers can buy something, book an appointment, or even just register for a user portal on your site, you're almost certainly affected. A new German law is about to fundamentally change the legal requirements for your website. You know, it's so easy to fall into the, hey, my website works just fine, why rock the boat? But here's the thing, ignoring this new law really isn't an option. It comes with some significant risks that we absolutely have to unpack right now.
Okay, so the law has a bit of a mouthful of a name, the Barrierefreiheitsstärkungsgesetz. Let's just call it the BFSG, okay? In a nutshell, it's Germany's way of putting the EU-wide European Accessibility Act into practice. And in plain English, it means your website has to be usable by everyone, including people who rely on things like screen readers to use the web.
And if you're wondering just how serious the regulators are taking this, check this out. The potential fines for not complying can go all the way up to 100,000 euros. Yeah, that's not a slap on the wrist. That's a we're not messing around kind of penalty.
But honestly, that huge fine is just the tip of the iceberg. There's the economic risk. What if your big B2B clients suddenly can't work with you anymore because they have to work with compliant partners? And then there's the brand risk of being seen as a company that's exclusive or outdated or just doesn't care.
So now for the big question, right? Does this whole thing actually apply to you, to your business? Let's get practical and figure that out with a quick checklist. Okay, so as we go through these next points, I want you to really think about your own website. Be honest. Your answers here are going to give you a really clear idea of where you stand legally.
All right, here we go. Does your site have an online shop? Or maybe a booking form? What about a customer login? Are you in finance, travel, or media? Or, and this is a big one, do you work with large corporate clients? If you answered yes to even one of those, you are very, very likely affected, and this conversation just shifted from nice-to-have user experience to must-have risk management.
So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, wow, that's me, take a deep breath, don't panic. The good news is that there's a clear, manageable path forward. It's a process, and that process starts with one critical thing, a professional audit.
Now, a lot of people think they can just run one of those free accessibility checkers online and call it a day. And look, those tools are a fine start, but they are absolutely not enough. For legal compliance, you need to go much, much deeper to understand what your real risk is.
This slide really shows you the gap. Automated tools might catch, say, 30% of the problems, things like simple code errors, but only a manual test, done by a real human, can find the issues that truly matter. Like, can someone actually complete a purchase using only their keyboard or a screen reader? That's what the law is really all about.
So the crucial point here is that this is a structured process. It's not chaos. Step 1, confirm the law applies to you. 2, get that professional audit so you know exactly what to fix. 3, integrate those fixes into your normal workflow. Don't treat it like a panic project. And finally, step 4, be transparent and publish an accessibility statement. It's a clear 4-step plan.
Now this is my favorite part, because we're going to completely reframe this whole thing. This is not just a legal obligation you have to deal with. If you approach it the right way, this is a powerful, strategic opportunity for your business.
And it all comes down to this one game-changing idea. Fixing accessibility is fixing user experience. Every single improvement you make for accessibility directly helps every single person who visits your site. A website that's clear for a screen reader is just a clearer website for everyone.
And look at the payoff. You get a better user experience, which leads to higher conversion rates. The kind of clear structure that accessibility demands is exactly what Google loves, so your SEO gets a boost. You build incredible brand trust, and you're future-proofing your business, getting ahead of the curve instead of scrambling to catch up later.
Ultimately, this new law forces all of us to answer a pretty fundamental question. Right now, is your website a barrier or is it an invitation? You may not even realize it, but it might be a wall for a lot of people. But with this 2025 deadline as a catalyst, you have a chance to turn it into an open invitation for everyone. The choice is yours.